I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race.
Hey, what's going on, generation? It's your man UKen, and welcome to the clan. And we got ourselves another video for y'all to react to. And I got a topic that I want to talk about. I came across this video from the Notorious B.I.G. Well, his real name is Jamal Woolard, the actor that played Biggie Smalls, who's also a rapper named Gravy. But anyway, he went on this podcast called Atlanta Black Star, and he explains why black men choose to date outside their race.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Now, he's definitely about to get some pushback. It's inevitable, I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of people have seen this clip. And other podcasters, what they're gonna do is, they're gonna look at this from the standpoint of, they're gonna make an argument about women from other cultures being more traditional and more submissive. That's gonna be the main argument. And we can discuss that. But that's not what I wanna get into. But for right now, I want you guys to just see this conversation, see how it goes at first, and then I'm gonna give y'all my breakdown. But hold up, before we dive into today's video, shout out to Angerman for inspiring me for doing this video. Click that like button down below, just to let me know that it's real, and subscribe to join the clan. So with that being said, let's not waste no more time. Let's roll the clip.
People get mad at me for dating outside my race, but I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Define better. Define better.
Well, not better, because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
I know, you said they were doing things better. I wanted to know what better meant.
Not better. I'm gonna change that.
I'm trying to save you for the
I know you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
what I'm
culture.
saying. Not better for the culture.
There we go.
Right, not better. I was dating Puerto Rican, I was dating Dominican, I was dating African, I was dating all type of other really size American black, right? They were doing way more of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable with—
Give me some examples.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. Like even my Indian one was from one of them countries over there, right? I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Rue Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or a Colombian. They don't care about nothing, they care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing, Birkin bags and sushi.
Do you think that's fair? Because
here we go again.
I feel like there's a certain type of woman
Right.
that does demand that. And to
Right.
me, I think it depends on the bait you're using and where you're looking. If you're gonna go get a model from Instagram that got the BBL, the snatching stomach, and has all the things that check off money hungry and surface, you're gonna get that. If you're gonna meet a girl and through different ways and ask different questions, you're gonna find that out a lot earlier on, that what's important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app and just look at what a woman may state that she requires. You know, I'm saying these things because it feels as if social media again is the barometer. Okay, and it's the comparison, and when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and of course, even with the BBLs, because I'm like, that's fine, but I mean—
What's BBL? I'm sorry.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay.
And there's no
Right.
shade to women that have
No.
I'm just
I was
saying.
wondering, I was waiting for it too. I'm like, excuse me?
And
Right.
there's no shade to everyone that has them.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc. And
This is why I hate the culture. And I'm gonna address this to y'all, bruh. Black men, you are never going to get through to black women. It's never going to happen. Not because it's not possible. The reason why it's never gonna happen is because y'all are a bunch of punks. I have never in my life seen such a cowardly group of men Straight up. Punks. Cowards. Now, why I'm saying this, I'm going to rewind it back to the beginning. I want you to pay real close attention to something. I want y'all to pay real close attention to this, man. So let's go all the way back to the beginning.
People get mad at me for dating outside my race. But I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm
Like,
gonna keep
what do you
it 100.
define better? Define better.
What?
Right there. Define better. Define better. Now watch what he does. Watch what he says. As soon as she said, as she catches a finger with that attitude, define better. Watch what he does.
Not better, because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
Not better, because I see what she trying. Yo, check this out, fam. You might as well stop talking. You might as well get up, put your shades on, and walk out that damn room. Because nothing you say after that matters. Nothing you say after that matters. Because right in that moment, you gave her the out. You gave her the out that her and the rest of the women in the culture were looking for. I don't mean better. I'm not. Man, that's what you said. You said better. You said better. Why didn't you stand on that? Why didn't you stand 10 toes down on that statement? Because guess what? That's what they needed to hear, bruh. They needed to hear the truth. And he buckled. He folded. He caved in. And all it took was for her to wave the finger that his mother would have waved. What do you mean better? What do you mean better? Run it back.
People get mad at me for dating outside my race. But I was dating outside of my race because they was doing things better than my race. I'm
Like,
gonna keep
what
it
do you
100.
define better?
My
Define
Spanish,
better.
well, not better.
Now, had that been me and she said, define better, I would have looked straight over there and said, you don't know the definition of better? I'm confused. You do know what the word better means, right? It means to do something that's more sufficient, improved in comparison to the other. What I'm telling you is that foreign black women treat black men better than American black women. That's what he should have did. He should have stood on that. He should have stood on business. What was she gonna do? Go get a belt and whoop his ass?
Did I tell your mother ass don't touch your mother ass? Get up and go to the car. Go to the car.
What was she gonna do? Curse him out in front of everybody? What was this big grown-ass man afraid of? And this is the culture. This is the culture. Like, what happened to black men? Like, as soon as she said that, I would have said, even the way you asked me that question, define better. Was you trying to emasculate me? Because you acting like you don't know what the word better is. And that right there is proof. If it was women of another culture sitting there and you said better, they would have said nothing. They would have sat there and listened to what you had to say. But in this case, you told them that there was a group of women that was better than them. And they immediately gave pushback. As if it's impossible for another woman to be better than them. Not, well, oh, what do they do better? Maybe we can improve it.
No.
No, that's not the attitude they carry. The attitude isn't, well, what do these other women do that's better? Maybe we can improve what we're doing in Western culture. No, that's not the attitude. The attitude is, how dare you say another woman is better than us?
Yeah.
Because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
I know. You
Well,
said they were
not-
doing things
not
better. I wanted to know what better meant.
Not better. I'm going to change that.
I'm trying to save you for the
I know you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
why I'm saying.
culture.
Save me from what? And you see, look, that's the other part, bro. I'm trying to save you. Save me from what? And yo, shout out to Anchorman for saying this, because in this show, I heard him say, if you want to know who rule over you, all you got to do is look at the people in your society that you cannot critique. I'm going to repeat that again. If you want to know who rule over you, all you got to do is look at the people in your society that you cannot critique. You black men are ruled by your women. And this is the reason why I say to hell with the culture. Because there's a lot of gatekeeping going on in the culture where guys like Angry Man, Anton Daniels, Poor Man Podcast, Coach Greg Adams, and a ton of guys, even guys like me.
Boy, if you don't
Never get an opportunity to address this in real time. We never get an opportunity to address this BS. They're always gonna get these hand-picked niggas. That's always gonna freaking say what they want to hear instead of saying what they need to hear. And look, don't get it twisted. It's not like I think they're gonna change. I don't care about that. What I care about is that there needs to be intellectual pushback. Why is it when every time these chicks get offended, you niggas fold like cheap beach chairs? Why? Why? It's almost like you say something and they're like, what you say? And they're like, none. That's what I thought you said. It may as well be the same thing. You grown black men are allowing your women to debo you.
Come on, smokers, go in.
Man, I'm on probation. I can't be.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
Define better.
Well, not better, because I know where she getting ready to go. Not better.
I know you
But
said they were
not-
doing things
no, not
better. I want to
not
know what
better,
better meant.
Not better. I'm gonna change that.
I'm trying to save you for the,
I know you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
why I'm
culture.
saying not better for the culture.
There we go.
Right.
And now that he said that, look at her face. Look at her face, man. I'm telling you, body language be revealing people's true emotions, bro. I'm telling you. I kid you not. Body language be exposing, bruh. If you look at her face, she has an attitude. This one has an attitude, right? But after Jamal gives into what the older lady says,
I know you
people,
is.
for
That's
the
why I'm saying
culture.
not better for the culture.
There we go.
Right. Not better.
and now she's smiling. Now she's smiling. There you go. Cuz you bow down. You bow down. Now they can be cool with you. Cuz you bent the knee.
I was dating Puerto Rican.
now
I
you
was dating
stuttering.
Dominican. I was dating African. I was dating all type of other really size American black. Right? They were doing way more of what we expect we want our woman to do more than our American. Our American got real comfortable
Give
with.
me some examples.
Oh man, I mean, their mannerisms are different. Like even my Indian one was from Syria, one of them countries over there, right? I didn't have to really say much to do and be treated like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times with our own American black, they expect so much of us and what we're supposed to do. Like things like if we go out and eat and we just have a nice dinner, we can go anywhere and eat and get a nice dinner. It had to be Rue Chris, or it had to be this, that, or it had to be this, that. Then I get somebody that's just as fine, a Cuban or a Colombian. They don't care about nothing. They care about you and your household. Even though they still care about the money, but it's not about the money. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. Not better, but sometimes we get tired of hearing Birkin bags and sushi.
Do you think that's fair? Because I feel.
And here comes her interruption. Do you think that's fair? Yes, that's fair. What are you talking about? And yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The whole entire time he explaining it to them, bro, I swear every word that he said has gone in one ear and out the other. Because I promise you, they was ignoring what he was saying.
I feel like there's a certain type of woman
Right.
that does demand that. And to
Right.
me, I think it depends on the bait you're using and where you're looking. If you're gonna go get a model from Instagram that got the BBL, the snatched in stomach, and has all the things.
Yeah, because that's who every American male is dating. An Instagram model with a BBL. I hate niggas, man. Oh, I hate niggas, bro. And this gatekeeping BS, bro, like, they got these same group of niggas representing black folk. These same group of niggas. Like, this chick was on Fox Soul, nigga. And now she over here. It's like the same group of niggas that they're recycling everywhere to run the same game, to say the same book. Yo.
Again!
My fault, bro. I'm just mad tight right now, bro. They just say the same BS, man. They just be saying the same BS. And we're stuck in the same situation because of it.
That check off money hungry and surface, you're gonna get that. If you're gonna meet a girl and through different ways and ask different questions, you're gonna find that out a lot earlier on that what's important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app and just look at what a woman may state that she requires. You know, and I'm saying these things because it feels as if.
Now he was starting to get into a real conversation. Even if you're looking up the dating app and look at what a woman requires. Like, nigga, stop sugarcoating what you're saying, bro. If you go on a dating app and you look at what black women require, it's ridiculous. That's what he wants to say. But it's because it's black women in there, he's stuttering. Look at them, look at them. Look at them death stares, bro. Look at them death stares, bro.
Social media, again, is the barometer, okay? And it's the comparison. And when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and
what the fuck are you talking about, man?
You see what I mean? Like, he started talking about what Western women, specifically black women, require in their dating profile. Then he goes into some BS about, oh, well, social media is the barometer, and I understand that because you're comparing yourself to all these. Man, what the hell that got to do with her requirements for the nigga that she want in her life? Like, bro, you are not getting through to them. Like, look at how you're talking.
Important to her.
I'm not doubting that, but I'm just talking about even if you look on just a regular dating app and just look at what a woman may state that she requires. You know, and I'm saying these things because it feels as if social media, again, is the barometer, okay? And it's the comparison. And when you're comparing yourself to all these other women, and of course, even with the BBLs, because I'm like, that's fine, but I mean.
What's BBL?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Bro, black people are full of it, bro. I'm sorry, nah. Y'all niggas are full of crap, bro. Like, nobody keeps it real anymore. He was even getting ready to critique BBLs. He was like, you know, it's just like with the BBLs. And then he's like, and that's fine, but man, just say what's really on your mind, nigga. Stop being a damn coward. Like, he's rambling because he's trying his best not to critique them. I don't know who really be watching my videos, but if Jamal Woolard and the host is watching this video, I'm telling you right now, you want to know why you sound like idiots up there? Because all the gymnastic mental games you're trying to do to avoid critiquing a group of women that need to be critiqued. That's why you sound crazy right now. You are trying your best not to point out the obvious. Just say it. Just say it.
Do it! Just do it!
Just say, yo, it's just like you look at the dating profiles. The amount of things that the women are demanding, it's ridiculous. The expectations are too high. And in the dating profile, they got an attitude. Even with them BBLs. I'm not feeling the BBLs. And the brothers ain't feeling the BBLs. Say what's on your mind. And stop being scared of these women. A black woman would rather have a man that's going to say what's on his mind, even if she doesn't like it, and go into a whole argument about it, than have a nigga that's scared to say what he's really thinking. Like, that's real talk, bro. Like, I swear, bro. And that's another reason why you don't get no respect from your own women.
I'm sorry.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay.
And it's no shade to women that have them. I'm just
I was
saying.
wondering, I was waiting for it too. I'm like, excuse me?
And there's no shade to everyone that has them. I'm just saying, if you're going by just surface things and that's who you're going afterwards, then guess what? She gonna run them pockets.
No, and I'm not, and I want to get your thoughts, Doc, and as well, Amy, as a woman dating or even considering, I think that a lot of times, you know, we do value women, but when you talk about black relationships, I think we all come with some baggage, all right? Now, some of us have some baggage that's not gonna fit in the overhead compartment. And some of us have some baggage that you're gonna have to pay a whole lot more for to get on this flight. Right? But the reality of it is that's just who we are. And I'm talking about historic. Like if you're talking about being enslaved, where we were and how we engage each other, there's a lot of elements there. But it can be a little difficult because women have expectations in 2021 that they're watching, and they're very material expectations. I agree with you, Claudia, but I'm simply saying that
not all of them are material.
And I'm not trying to generalize.
It's just
women.
Most of the time it's pointing to American women are more material.
And it's America as a society.
Not better.
Let's bring spirit into this.
And I gave you the space to even edit the better part, right? So and I'm with you on that. But let's say this because
I gave you the space to edit the better part? Yo, she's talking to him like she's his mama. Like, yo, what's going on here? Like,
because you guys both tie in two really important pieces, right? You talk about women who are not African American women, and you talk about the experience and what is the influence here. You mentioned social media, but what you're really missing here is the piece that you talk about, the enslavement part.
The door.
The culture and the trauma that African American men and women and children have faced in this country is like unlike any other group. And so,
oh my goodness, man. Here comes the victimhood Olympics. Here comes the victimhood Olympics.
When we talk about trauma, what we know is that Black people have a lot of unprocessed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of harm, not just back then, but right now on the daily, right? And so one of the things that we talk about as professionals within my profession is we talk about how trauma impacts people. And so we love to say, Resma Menakem, one of my favorite colleagues, he says that trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. And that trauma decontextualized within a family looks like family traits. And that trauma decontextualized within a people looks like culture.
We know that Black people have trauma. What does this have to do with a person trying to get in a relationship? Are you just saying that I have to deal with your trauma? Because if that's what you're saying, then no. If you have trauma, you should not be trying to get with a person and make them care for your trauma. Like, that should be their choice. There's lots of people out here running around with trauma, and guess what? They are not at the top of the category of people you want to deal with until they fix it. I don't want to talk about the trauma. I want you to fix it because everybody knows that they got it.
Right. And so when you talk about how African American women present and what they need as it relates to security and finances and the finer things in life, and to look a certain way and to want a certain thing from their man and to have certain expectations, it's because of the trauma that we are still trying to survive. And when we talk
Yo, did y'all hear that, bruh? Yo, did y'all hear this BS, bro? Yo, this went from being a conversation about the American Black man not getting the things he needs from his woman to him not being able to get it. So the reason why American Black women can't treat you right is because of the trauma of slavery?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Matter of fact, I got a better question for y'all. What about his trauma? What about his trauma? Because part of the Black man's alleged trauma is being disenfranchised. So why does your trauma outweigh my trauma? Why do you get to have all these demands on me for certain things that I may not be able to provide because of my trauma? See, Black men were to play the same victimhood game, the two things would nullify each other. Because she's basically saying that the reason why Black women have such high expectations, such high standards, is because of the trauma of slavery and how they exist in America. Well, guess what? You can make the same argument that the reason the black man can't meet those expectations is because of the trauma of slavery and the way that we exist in this country. This is why I cannot respect academia. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad that Donald Trump is doing changes to the Department of Education. Because I guess she's supposed to be some type of psychologist with a PhD or something. Because I'm telling you right now, these colleges are cheering out morons, bro. These colleges are creating idiots, fam. And I mean that, bro. I genuinely do mean that.
Talk about feeling beautiful and the BBLs and the Birkin bags and the wanting the nice things and wanting their men to come with a certain level of care and a certain level of treatment and expectation. We are trying to connect. We are trying to heal with you. We are trying to build with you. But there's so much hurt and trauma that we all have that we don't talk about, that we don't even understand within ourselves, so that we can't find who we're compatible with. Because who we're compatible.
Bro, that's ridiculous, bro. This is some BS, fam. I am not going through no type of trauma right now because of slavery. Matter of fact, I got another question for y'all. If you look at the problems that the black community has, right? You know, one of them being the breakdown of the black family. The other may be the way we don't really interact with one another properly as men and women. You know, all these different things. And we blame it on slavery. Here's my question. Why aren't Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans experiencing the same thing? Why is it that their slavery didn't mess them up? And I got an answer for that question. The reason why that is because every group of people have experienced slavery at some point in their history. Other groups of people don't define themselves by slavery. Black people define themselves by their enslavement. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans define themselves by their culture. They cultivated a culture, and that's what they pride themselves on. They don't pride themselves on the trauma of their slavery. See, instead of us leaning onto our culture, instead of us cultivating our culture, priding ourselves in our culture, what we do is we pride ourselves in our struggle. We pride ourselves in surviving slavery, surviving Jim Crow. That's what we pride ourselves on. Being victims.
Compatible with is traumatized versions of ourselves.
Spirit, do you think that women and men, women that seek the materialistic things, items, the tangible things, and men that just seek the women for the aesthetics, do you think those are people that kind of just gave up on love and they're just like going for, all right, well, at least I can see this, I can grab onto this?
No, I think it's science. If you really want to know, we are part of the animal kingdom like anything else. And so what the male species chooses is the thing that's biologically beautiful, because what it suggests from a DNA perspective is you're likely to bear my offspring and they will do well. It's survival of the fittest. And what the female species chooses is the male offspring that can provide the most security, because you're going to be able to protect me and our offspring and raise us, and we will do well.
So we're not gold diggers, it's just science.
Bullshit.
It's literally biology. It is literally biology.
We
When
have
you
our
see,
own
listen,
different.
listen, when you see the brothers out there with the rims and the flashing the money and the gold, they're no different than the male peacock that's showing his whole big pretty feathers. Look at me, look at me. And when you see the women that go, show me what you got, show me what you're working with, it's no different than the frog that ribbits the loudest, or the bird that chirps the loudest.
So what do you call a man that's just been providing, that doesn't ask for nothing? What do you call the guys like me who we don't ask for anything?
Oh, but you do.
How?
You may not ask it with your words, but your expectation is there. So when you say, I need that woman that loves me, I need that woman that has my back, so I don't have to say, hey, is that bacon and eggs there? Hey,
Okay,
are
mental,
those clothes in the drawer?
Not cash-wise. Okay.
So when we talk about compatibility, right, one of the things that I love to say, an acronym that I use is rises, that some relationships rise, some fall. You want one that rises. Rises stands for the different types of intimacy that make us compatible.
They love to flip the conversation, bruh. I kid you not. See how this conversation went from him talking about the things that he needed from the American black woman him having to step outside his race to get the things he needed as a man, being a provider. It went from that to her talking about the things that American black women needed because of the trauma of slavery and the trauma of living in America as a black woman and what the man should be providing. See how she was able to flip that bullshit so easily? My fault, I'm just mad triggered right now. But did y'all see how she was able to flip that BS that easily? You see how she was able to flip it? And they always got these same type of dudes, these same type of niggas to have these conversations because they know that they're gonna get very little pushback, if any. They're just gonna have this circular conversation where it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't accomplish anything. And then we all wonder, why are we back to square one? Back into the same situation, back into the same BS. And what type of situation is that, you may ask? Well, that situation is a group of men fighting like hell to live up to these expectations of what a man is supposed to live up to. And women choosing whether or not they had to live up to the expectations of what a woman should do. That's how it always goes. The expectations of the male role is mandatory. The female role is not mandatory. And you're not even allowed to have expectations of her role. Now, why is it women outside the race? Why is it women from other cultures? Why are they better mates than the ones in the Western world? Because they still exist in a world where their men have expectations of them. They still live in a world where they have expectations of the woman. They still live in a world where a woman's role is not optional. That's the reason. But did you notice that they didn't even go into that conversation? Like, black men, how do you expect to ever have a real conversation with women if you constantly kiss their ass 24/7 while you're talking to them? Like, how do you expect the community to get better if you're just constantly chasing for Scooby snacks? And that's gonna be it for today's video generation. Let me know in the comment section below whether this video is a W or L in the chat. And also shout out to Anchorman for inspiring me for doing this video. I really appreciate the stuff that you do, man. Continue expanding the Be Known Nation. And also click that like button down below. Just let me know this is real. I really would appreciate the support. And subscribe to join the clan. And also share out this video to other people, man, so that they can know they can conquer anything that's possible. As long as they have the will to learn, the faith to stay in the fight, stay disciplined, be consistent, and keep on moving forward, hey yo, you can legit conquer the impossible. Because that's what this channel is mainly about. I'm here to educate and teach y'all and honestly learn myself how we can become the best version of ourselves. That's the goal and that's what we strive here for. Your man's on a mission, your man's on the grind. I never leave a brother sister behind. I'm only trying to help those and want to let the light shine. Because this is what the world needs, the reason why. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, until next time I see y'all. Peace.